I've been using the WANDRD Transit 35-liter backpack for about a year now, and after traveling to many countries with it, using it as my main pack for my travels as a carry-on, it's time to do a review on this pack as well as share my thoughts about it. The WANDRD Transit Backpack has many cool features, but is it the travel bag for you? To find out the answer to that question, you're gonna want to watch this full review and stick around to the end. Before we start, I also just want to say that I did another WANDRD product review, and it's the Rogue Sling Pack. So if you haven't seen that one yet, I highly suggest watching that also, but not after till you finish this video. And just as a disclaimer, WANDRD did not gift this product to me, nor am I being paid to make a video about their products. So everything I share on this video are my honest thoughts and opinions. And since I'm not getting paid to do this, consider giving this video a like and subscribe to my channel, as I'd appreciate that very much. I do have a link in the description box down below in case you want to purchase this pack. There's no extra fees whatsoever, as the price would be at retail, same as anywhere else. It's just I get a little commission from Amazon if you use the link below to purchase the pack, and that would help me to continue making these YouTube videos. At the time of making this video, this pack costs $299 US for the bag. Then it could go up to $349 to $449 US with accessories and photography bundles and such. There's two versions of this pack, a 35-liter version, which is the one that I have, and a 45-liter version. The material is that classic WANDRD resistant type around the pack that helps it a lot with durability when you're out and about in horrible conditions. We have the tarpaulin on the outside, then at the bottom there's a Robic 1680 de-ballistic nylon on the base for some abrasion resistance, though tarpaulin gets scuffed easily, so there's that to keep in mind. Again, I've only had this bag for a year, and though I've taken it on many of my travels, as you can see, the condition is still fairly decent. But from an aesthetic standpoint, if scratches bother you, then maybe get a rain cover on it at all times just to prevent it from having scuffs. But I mean, scuffs and scratches are inevitable on this pack. I kind of like the look on it on the WANDRD bags because it gives it that rugged look. But yeah, I get that everyone is different, so yeah. Just on the bottom here, we have a WANDRD logo, nicely stitched. It's like a high-end rubbery material, which adds a nice touch to the pack. I also like how the placement is down here, unlike most bags where the logos would be right smack in the middle. I love where it is because it gives it that clean, minimalistic look to it. On the sides here, we have attachment points. The accessory straps don't come with this pack, as you have to purchase them separately. There's more attachment points at the top of the pack. Then on the side here is a buckle to secure whatever it is you pack on the side pocket, whether it's a water bottle or maybe a tripod if you like to have your tripod here for quick access. There's a compartment here at the bottom, but it's not gonna get crushed if you tighten this buckle here, as it's pretty structured. So it's really just meant to hold the place on the side pocket, not to compress whatever it is in this specific compartment. Now there are 4 handles on this bag for convenience. There's one at the top, 2 at the sides, and then 1 at the bottom here. The handles are pretty rigid and they're made of high quality, so you won't have to worry about them ripping out. And then at the front, there is an expansion zipper here to utilize the bag's full capacity when this is unzipped. That gives you a 5-liter expansion, just like so. And so the pack itself is really just a 30-liter without the expansion opened up, since this is a 35-liter as mentioned. And same goes for the 45-liter pack. The bag itself is only 40 liters, but when you expand it with this zipper, it is a total of 45 liters. Now the harness system is beefed up. As you can see, the entire back panel has a fairly significant padding. And as you can see, it's about 1.5 inches or so of padding. There's a lot of cushion here. There's 3 panels. And in addition, you also have a little bit of padding on the straps. The straps are fairly flexible and they are comfortable, so they're not the type that would dig into your skin, which is nice. There's also an attachment for a hip belt here, but I've never used it, but you do have that option just in case. There's also these load lifters up here, which comes in fairly handy when taking weight off your shoulders. So I highly suggest taking the time to adjust these depending on the load of your pack. I don't have them on right now because I took it off, but usually there's a sternum strap here and you could pull it off, which I obviously did, detach it, and they have stopping points here. And once it's attached, it cannot be moved up and down. So once you select your desired placement, it'll lock the sternum strap in place. Or if you don't want to use it, you could just also attach it on the side here on both sides, or just leave it on the side, which I did. There's attachment points along the strap here, and then on the back panel there's a Velcro strap that you could pull to open, and this gives you a hidden access to a zippered pocket, which is a great spot for things like passports, cards, or pretty much anything important. But it's going to be primarily flat items as there's only so much room in there. Then you could also just stow away the straps, which comes in handy if you want to only use the handles to carry it around, or if you want to use the luggage pass-through, which you could slide the pack down on the handles. The handles for the luggage would obviously just go through here. I didn't really use the stowaway system as much, but I did use the secret pocket quite a bit here. But I think it's a great feature knowing that whatever items in place in here is very secure and safe. This is what the backpack fits when it's on. I don't have a hip belt on, so a lot of the weight is being pulled off by the load lifters, shoulder straps, and sternum straps. And then you also have the option of having a hip belt. Now here's the crazy part to this pack. There's pockets all over this thing, and a lot of them you could lock them as well. And I'm going to talk about the locking feature first. This is the main compartment for the pack, and as you can see, these zippers are like the durable YKK zippers, and there's a notch. I don't know if you can see that, but you just have to line up the notches at a 90-degree angle. Then once you line them up, then you just need to turn them so that they both line up, and now this compartment is locked. This is actually one of my favorite things about this bag because it's such an innovative feature that adds another layer of security for the pack, which is amazing. Now, as I mentioned, all the compartments can be locked. So the main compartment, the side axis, and then this top zipper locks with the laptop compartment. Now next is the side water bottle pocket or the accessory pocket. You can also unzip the mesh expansion in case you need more room. If you are using this pocket, you do lose access to this side carry handle, but honestly, you got 3 other handles, so it's not that big of a deal. On the other side, there's an external pocket which has a gusset to prevent items from falling off or just to keep them in place. Not a deal breaker, but from time to time, you just gotta slow down when you zip this up, as this can get caught when you close this compartment. But there's a decent amount of room in here. It's a very spacious external compartment. I'd want to put things in here that I want to have quick access to on the go, so I don't have to open up the main compartment and all that. It's also got this zipper garage at the top for some extra weather protection, and in case water does get in here, there's a drainage hole at the bottom. At the bottom, there's a little bit of space here too for like a rain fly or anything not too bulky. Actually, I found my sternum strap. So this one just clips onto here, and they're adjustable, by the way. And then the other one just clips onto the other side. There it is. So they're locked into place, so you can't really move them. And if you don't want to use it, they would just clip off, and then you can just clip it on the other side here, so they're not dangling onto one side when not in use. Or if you're like me, you're just gonna you can just hide them in the rainfly cover or at the bottom of the bag here. To continue on with the bottom, there's more attachment points here to hold bigger items. And then At the top, there's another pocket here. It's not as big as the side pocket, but just enough room to put smaller items in here. It's designed for quick access items without opening the main compartment once again. There's also a stitching here, which is a pocket inside for placing an air tag. Then on the back here, there's another pocket for much smaller items. There is a key leash inside, so it's ideal to have keys in here or whatnot. The other pockets that we have are in the front here. This side right here is just completely open, and on the other side, it's split into two sections. As you can see, it's stitched right here on the middle. There's also meshed pockets on this side to add more organization to the compartment. But these two front pockets do interact with each other. As you can see, my hand here is at the top and the other is at the bottom. So they do have that overlap. So that means the more you put on the left side, the less space you'll get on the right, and vice versa. So this compartment does get tight quick. So that's something to keep in mind. Last but not the least, the main compartment. There are 3 ways to access this. 2 on the sides, and obviously the main compartment zipper. So you have this quick access zipper on the side, and I love how this clip on the side doesn't get in the way. It's just details like that that makes me love these WANDRD packs and why I continue buying their products year after year. These side pockets are handy because let's say you're going through security and you need to get your toiletry bag or something. You could just unzip the side pocket, then pull out the toiletry bag, and yeah, put them back in once you're through security or something at the airport. It just makes life so much easier for you. Even if you use this bag for photography, for example, which I also have used in the past, if you get one of their cubes, their photography cubes, you could attach it to this flap and get quick access to your lens, your camera, depending on how you set it up. Now, when you open this up, there is a mesh pocket here to hold smaller items. There is also a Velcro here, which I don't recommend storing items in, just because once you open this, if you place smaller items in here, you flip this, it could slip and fall. So it's not recommended to place anything in here. It's more so for their cubes to attach the flap for the accessory. Then there's a Velcro here, which is meant to lock the photography cube. On the back here, there's a laptop compartment that can carry laptops up to 16-inch. On the middle here, there's a panel. There's decent padding on the back, but on the other side, it's kind of like where it falls off. So I guess I would actually place my laptop on this side. The fall off area is good too, but it depends on what you pack inside. Let's open up the main compartment, and WANDRD suggests that clothes packed in here could last anywhere between 3 to 5 days, but I feel like you could definitely get a week in here tops. I've also taken this on a backpacking trip as a carry-on, and that lasted for many months on the road. But keep in mind, I went to I went to multiple tropical countries, and I'm also an experienced traveler, so there's that. There's attachment points inside for tie-down accessories, and you could have multiple packing cubes in here. There's also the AirTag pocket here, which I'm not sure how you feel about AirTags, but I use them every time when I travel. Again, it's just another layer of peace of mind and security. So there's a pocket at the top here for that. As for additional storage, there's mesh pockets here that you saw earlier when I opened up the sides. On the other side, there's mesh pockets where you could store more items, or you could put worn clothes here just to keep it separated from the main ones. Then this zipper opens up another compartment. I usually just put thicker fabric items in here, like hoodies or sweaters or something, just loose items essentially. This side of the pack is also where the expansion comes in. So if you need more breathing room on this side, then just unzip the expansion pack at the front and it'll give you the space you need. I think this bag is great as it functions like a travel backpack. It has many built-in features for travel purposes like the secret zipper at the back, the locking mechanism, how it could be used as a carry-on, which I've done in the past and I'm sure I'll continue to do still moving forward, the flexibility of organization and compartments. Not only that, if you are a content creator like myself, it's also a good pack to carry your camera gear around, but you're gonna need the photography cubes to make sure your gear stays tight inside the bag. This added usability is a plus. The pros is that it's a very comfortable bag. It's stylish, made of high quality, durable material, and you know it'll last you a very long time. The multi-purpose of it being a travel pack and a camera gear pack is great for any content creators out there. And of course, in true WANDRD fashion, you can tell that every feature or design of this bag was well thought out and aesthetically pleasing to look at. The cons, well, there's only one for me. Wait, actually two. There's two cons for me, and that is at this price point for a travel pack, I expect it to have a rain fly because it didn't come with it. And also I would have loved to have attachment straps or any other accessories that goes along with it. Even just a hip belt would have been nice, but overall, I think the bag is great, and even though I've only used this for a year, I'm sure I'll get many more years out of it. And if you plan to do a lot of backpacking, when you think about it, it can save you a lot of money from the check-in bag fees. Technically, this passes as a carry-on for most airlines. I traveled to Southeast Asia with these, and all the carriers I went with allowed my pack as a carry-on, so there's that if you're trying to justify the price. If you're in the market for a new bag, I highly suggest considering getting the WANDRD Transit Backpack because it is definitely worth it. There's a link in the description box down below to see the bag, but that's it for now. Hope this video helped you decide whether this pack is for you or not. And as always, give this video a like, consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like these, and I'll see you in the next one.